Well, let's take a look back at this fantastic Tony Gage Trophy race for road-going sports and GT cars that raced between 1948 and 1954 on board with the Fraser Nash of Pat Blakeney Edwards to start this race. It was a good start for our pole sitter, but in the end, it all came undone fairly early on for Bobby Burden-Rowe.
Yeah, kicked off in the HWM, and ironically, the driver who then took over in the lead, Jonathan Abacassis, his grandfather George founded HWM back in the 1950s. But really, all eyes were drawn to the battle between Cliff Gray and the trio of fabulously driven Fraser Nash Le Mans replicas. Olivier Marseille was up there in the mix. He eventually dropped back and tumbled down the order. Tom Peed, his Porsche 356, was sending smoke signals to someone. We never found out who. Eventually, he was called in to speak to the crews. Then Nicholas English got it very wrong, but somehow, despite collecting a marker board, managed to actually stay away from the tyre wall. But then John Yore showed that he wasn't the only one who'd be taking to the grass, but great control to get it back on the black stuff.
He absolutely was, but no one was troubling this man out front, Jonathan Abacassis, in that Austin Healey, extending his gap. But those Fraser Nashes kept him close, but they were busy with their own battle. But in the end, Abacassis was able to hold on, and this is where it got nice and tasty for Pat Blakeney Edwards, getting right alongside Cliff Gray on the right-hand side while they tried to both catch John Yore up ahead. A wheel on the grass for Pat Blakeney Edwards, couldn't get him onto the podium, but no one could stop Jonathan Abacassis from taking the win here in Goodwood for the Tony Gage Trophy. The Austin on top, ahead of the Fraser Nashes.